DORK Podcast with Rich Keefe. It's the DORK Podcast. Diane Davey. It's the DORK Podcast. Hashtag. It's the hashtag DORK Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Hashtag Dork. My name is Rich Keefe, joined as always by Davey Eyeballs. He is Rick Rude Von Dick Dude. He is Rocket Von Docket. All hail the king of ginger ale. It's Ryan Davey. Davey, how are you?
Oh, not always.
Oh, come on.
I wasn't here last week.
True.
No, but I finally did.
Lost you.
Hang on. I'm back.
You're messing around with the settings here. I lost you.
I'm hot. I'm in the red. I gotta lower my voice. Finally saw Guardians.
Yes.
So
How do you feel about Guardians?
Treat. I felt great. That was the best MCU movie I've seen in years.
What is your dork score?
This would be I'm gonna give it 5.5.
Yeah, I went 6, and I could see how it could easily. Maybe that was very much recency bias. I can see it 5.5.
We've done. I don't like how Adam Warlock was used.
Yeah, it's weird, wasn't it?
That was weird.
It was a little bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
What about now? You took 2 small children to see it.
I did.
That I feel like probably was intense.
It was intense. My older daughter had what I could only call just an absolute meltdown in the theater. Like ugly crying, loud crying. At one part specifically, she did not care for that. My other daughter, anything guy's face getting ripped off, F words, animals getting killed, just wore it. She's just like, yeah. 10 more nerds. That was it. She didn't care. Yeah. So it depends on your kid.
Yeah, I suppose it does. And but yeah, definitely the best MCU movie in a while, and we'll see where they go from there. But yeah, Guardians 3. All right, so Davey's going 5.5. I'm going 6. You can listen to me and Goo last week for those of you that maybe were late to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 or the full episode up there. Guess what I did?
What did you do
on Friday night?
What have you done?
I saw Steve Martin and Martin Short live at Foxwoods.
Oh, how was that?
It was great. So it was funny. My wife, like 6 months ago, in a no sleep breastfeeding days,
yes,
just ordered tickets to this thing. And like one morning, she's like, I got us tickets to Steve Martin and Martin Short and Foxwoods in like 6 months. And I was like, okay. Like we've never talked, like we like them because everybody likes them.
We likes them.
But I don't know, like we never once talked about going to a show and seeing them. So it was like a very weird thing that she booked, but it ended up being hilarious. These guys, they're both in their 70s. They just shit on each other for like an hour and a half. You mix in some banjo, you mix in a couple songs, a bunch of jokes. They got some clips, and it's like it is a true delight to see those two on stage together.
Oh, I love a good delight.
I would also argue, Ryan, that comedy is subjective. But if you were trying to, in the history of the world, say this person is the funniest person that reaches the most people, like the most people would find funny, I would throw Martin Short in that conversation.
Yeah, I think he would be in that conversation. The name that jumped out to me would be Carlin. But
Carlin is a good one. I feel like he might offend some, but you're right. He is just
because I did tell the story when I did actually see him live, brag.
Yeah.
That a group of women walked out
right.
after he called one of them a superficial FAC.
I don't think anybody's doing that.
I'm not going to say it on Mother's Day. I'm not going to say the actual thing on Mother's Day, but
dude, you're sounding kind of not as great now. I don't know if you're fiddle fucking around with the thing. If you're in the chat, does Davey sound fine? It could be just on my end. I got earbuds in, so it could just be on my end.
You're in, but
is Davey sounding like a silly goose, or is it
okay?
Is it Davey audio, or is it on my end?
No, listen, fine.
All right.
No, I was. Would you call it friggy fucking with
fiddle fucking around with the thing?
I was, but I had to. My levels were super high. Like on my end, like I was peaking. So.
Yeah. Josh says you sound quiet. Yeah, I moved him up on my
that's like super touchy. Is that better now?
Yeah, I think that sounds better.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah,
I think you guys are just liars.
He's a bit Groovy Dude is a bit soft.
A bit soft. Well,
How
that's true.
How dare you say that, Groovy Dude? Not on Mother's Day.
Yeah, congrats. By the way, all the dads out there, congrats on the sex.
Yeah, well, we should have said right out of the shoot here. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. How many, Ryan, ballpark mothers do you think listen to this podcast on the regular?
4.
I'm glad you didn't say 0, because the last time I said we have no female listeners, we actually, credit to everybody out there, message us on, whether it was on Twitter or Instagram. They DM'd us and like, yes, you do. And they're like, fuck you. Yes, you do. And I'm like, all right, thank you. And a few of them I could tell based on like their profile pics or whatever are mothers. So happy Mother's Day to you. Select 4 or 5. Yes.
Yeah. And well, one of them lives with me. So
yes, that counts.
So that counts. Yeah.
That counts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. So there you go. Anything else? Guardians 3, Steve Martin.
Guardians 3 was awesome. Steve Martin was awesome. My wife, so interestingly enough, I found out what my Father's Day present is this year.
Oh, wow.
Through circumstances. Yeah. So I got delivered that today. Guess who's going to see The Cure on Father's Day?
Is it you?
This guy.
The fuck.
Speaking of people that like you wouldn't necessarily like, my wife was like, I'm going with a friend. So that's why she had to tell me today, because he found out today too. But
funny.
She
What's
was
your
like,
favorite Cure song?
Pictures of You or Letters to Elise are my favorite Cure songs. If you've never heard those, they're wonderful. One of my top 10 favorite bands of all time.
Is it really?
Yeah. Love the
No
Cure.
shit.
I came onto them later. So I listened to them when I was a kid and then like forgot about them. And then like in like college, like came back to that, you know. So I'm excited.
It's funny.
So you get to see Steve Martin. I get to see Robert Smith.
Oh my God.
It's like, he looks awful. He looks awful.
he looks like he sounds.
Yeah.
Sad. Well, it's funny because now, and I've brought this up a few times, you're a Spotify guy, I'm an Apple Music guy, but I would imagine if somebody stumbled into like the most listened to bands or songs on my thing, they would think I'm a fucking quack. They'd be like, either this person shares an account with 20 different people, or I don't know, he's like the dude from Split. Because I would argue, Ryan, in the United States of America, would you venture a guess that there are many people that in the same drive to work would listen to 3 Insane Clown Posse songs and 3 Lana Del Rey songs?
No, but I did have a jump once. I went from like Meshuggah or like who was it, or like Slayer to JoJo Siwa, like in the next song, just because my Spotify playlist is just so all with having kids and like,
oh yeah,
it was like, and then I'd get like Megadeth and then like Moana. You know,
that's
like
true.
Super weird.
It is
Wu-Tang and then like the Frozen soundtrack.
Well, like those things that they generate a playlist. I'm like, don't even bother, because like you don't know. It's just you can't even do it.
No.
All right, there you go. There's a whole pile of stuff right there. But we have 2 more piles to get to.
This week in DORK.
Since last week, we got some great news about one of our favorite TV shows from last year. That would be Hulu's The Bear. And season 2 is coming out June 22nd. And what I feel like is very rare in the TV game now, like even the streaming channels usually go weekly, but The Bear season 2, all episodes will be available on June 22nd.
See, I don't know how I feel about that. I looked forward to the show, and now there's like weekly shows. Gives me something to like do during the week, like look forward to with shows. I'm gonna watch this in like 2 days. I know I am.
I'm gonna rip it. It. I think Bob Odenkirk's in it, is what I read too.
Is he really? Well, he's a Chicago guy, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
This would be the tricky part with this is like in what we do, you know, the podcast. It's easy to say, all right, this is the weekly releases. When the last episode comes out, our next episode will be that. It's hard to gauge when people rip a whole season of a binge show. So like it comes out June 22nd. Like we can't do the episode like
the next
2
week
days later. Like that's not for everybody. But then if you wait too long, I feel like you'll lose it. Like what's the sweet spot on a
Maybe
binge?
we give people a week on a binge show. You know, a week or 2 weeks. I say 2 weeks is safe.
Yeah, because especially this one's not. They're not hour-long episodes, right? Weren't they shorter episodes?
They're like 45 to 50 minutes.
Okay.
There would be an hour if there's commercials, kind of deal.
Yeah. That show was a surprise season. I did not see that one coming, and it was.
No, I can't. And now I have huge expectations for this coming season.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Beetlejuice 2, Electric Boogaloo is coming out September 6th, 2024, and they're bringing back a lot of the old cast, including Winona Ryder. And Winona Ryder, her daughter in the movie has already been cast, Jenna Ortega.
It's gonna be awesome. 2 generations of Tim Burton's girls.
So good.
You know, and I read today that Willem Dafoe was added to this cast as well.
Oh yeah.
So that's going to be something else.
It's going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice 1 is a treat. And
what a lovely movie.
And good for Winona Ryder to have like this, between this and Stranger Things, getting like a little bit of a resurgence, which she deserves, by the way.
Does she?
I'm a big Winona Ryder fan. Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, she came around. I came around on her Mr. Deeds, a movie I didn't care for. But she was bringing it in that one.
She brought smoke. High heat. We got the trailer for Jason Statham's next film, The Meg 2, The Trench. First of all, you can't have a title that involves a colon and you have a the in front of the colon and then a the after. It can't be The Meg 2, The Trench. Can't do it. Can't have it.
It should be Meg 2, The Trench, or The Meg 2, Trench.
Correct.
Yes. Is that the one you would go with?
I would go with, because the first one was The Meg. So then now you're kind of married to that. So it would be The Meg 2, Trench. Trench work. Or here's an idea. Just The Meg 2 is fine.
The Meg 2 is fine. You don't need a colon.
The second Meg.
You could throw it in it.
In it. Now, this one could provide some sweet dino action. They also kind of made the dinos to be like assholes in this a little bit, but we'll see.
Because a megalodon is a dinosaur shark, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Just making sure I knew what I was talking about here.
Michael Hoffman in the chat. Meg 2. Oi.
Or you can just call it the Meg 2 in the water.
In the water. Did you already get your tickets for this?
Oh yeah, I did it. And then one of those like Patriot Place, like those really nice ones where they bring you dinner and drinks. I'm really excited for the Meg 2, The Trench.
See, if this was a more successful podcast, and I'm not here to tell you that it's not successful. I'm saying if it was more successful, this is the kind of movie that we would do like a watch. We would like rent out a theater, have everybody watch the thing, and then do like a live episode after.
I would love to do. Yeah, and then do like a question and answer. So, like, I would love to rent a theater, play Big Trouble in Little China, and just have all of you listen to me for an hour talk about it. Rewind it, like go back to that scene with the,
right here.
Yeah.
That's what Wiggy told me a while ago. Wiggy was like, "How come you guys don't like rent out a theater and then watch the movies and then do the episodes after?" I'm like, "I don't know, Wiggy. It sounds like a lot of work."
Like who's paying for that?
Yeah, like I don't know, man.
Who's
like
paying for that?
It seems like a long day.
Yeah.
All right, TV is hot and heavy, and I made this claim last year, and I stand by it once again. If you asked me 10 years ago, what do you prefer more? Even though we all like movies and we like TV, but if you were like you had to pick one, 10 years ago I would have said movies. I was like a movie nerd, movie buff, movie whatever you want to call me. But now that we really kind of like line them up and we review both and we select the ones that we want to see, there are so many more good TV shows than there are good movies.
Not for long.
Oh, true. The old writer strike.
The old writer strike. So I know like a lot of our favorite shows are now getting shut down, which I would shut it down. Like, and I'm of the belief that if you don't have your writers, shut it down. Until you figure it out. Yeah,
because it can fuck up a few shows, which it did in the past.
Oh my God, Friday Night Lights, Heroes. Remember like Heroes season 2, I think. Then they tried to bring it back around, but season 2 of Friday Night Lights. Good Lord.
I still liked it just because I was a sucker for all those characters. But once you realize what happened and then you compare it to season 1 and 3, you're like, oh no.
Like, what? They turned it into like a murder mystery.
Yeah, brutal. Jesse Plemons killed a guy. It's like fucking Landry killed a guy.
And they never talk about it again.
Nope. Still the big mystery on that show, and it worked out so well for them, is that they never identified what grade Tim Riggins was in. And so the first season, you assume he's a senior because
he looks 30.
He looks 30. right away. But he's also best friends with Jason Street. And not that you can't be friends with somebody older. Just take a look at this podcast. But he is like best friends with them, and they talk about playing together all the time.
Yeah.
And then you're like, then the next year he's back. And you're like, all right, well, maybe he was a junior. Nope. The next year. So it's like, so Riggins and Saracen are like in the same grade. Like,
Yeah.
Sure about that? That's why?
I don't think so.
All right. Are you caught up? Obviously not tonight's episode because it's airing right now. But other than tonight's episode, are you caught up on Barry?
Yes. This show is amazing.
The show's amazing. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's amazing.
There's a number of, at least to this point, like 6 out of 6 TV shows. There's no 6 out of 6 movies. Maybe Guardians, and even then, I know I'm being like a little strong with it. But Barry is insane. Without spoiling it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But like the one kind of major decision, that, if you will, that they made with this, with like the storytelling of this, what did you think of that choice?
We'll see. We'll see how this plays out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see where that's going.
It's a crazy show. It's definitely how good was the Guillermo del Toro cameo a few episodes ago?
What do they call him? El Toro?
No, El Toro.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good. Him and Fred Armisen was those episodes.
So good. Fred Armisen.
Yeah. He's got one of those faces where he's like doing that thing where he's nervous. You could tell he's nervous. It's the funniest looking face.
This is a few weeks old, so I apologize if you're trying to binge it. But when he goes, there's all these dudes standing there, they're interrogating Barry, and Barry just sits there. He's like, "That guy's here to kill me." And then it cuts to Fred Armisen. She's going, he's like trying to be serious,
sweating.
He's bored. Like what a great scene.
So good.
God, that's good. I would also argue that Dave is a 6 out of 6 show.
Oh, I love this episode. The one with was it Rebirthday? The one with the surprise party?
Yeah.
And just it's so good. Like it's so awkward, it's so funny, and then like so heartwarming, and like all at the same time.
Yeah.
And again, like every song he puts on this soundtrack himself is fire.
Awesome.
Oh, even that little hook he played for
Robin.
Yeah. It was so good.
So good is right. Yellow Jackets. I've not seen the latest Yellow Jackets, like the one that streams early, so I haven't seen that one because they took the week off last week. So other than that, I'm all caught up. But have you seen the latest one?
Yes.
How was it?
It's good. The what's better is if I posted it on Twitter. The write up for this week. They have fun. They don't like try to give you away too much. Yeah. So it actually says on the write up that Ben does his best Carl Havoc impression to an unimpressed Misty.
Oh my God. I don't even want to think too hard on that. I'll just watch it.
Just watch it. But as soon as that happens, you're like, I get it.
Okay.
Like I get it. Yeah.
All right. Very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, show's great. So I think that's only 9 episodes. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to ask you is we were just talking about when to do episodes. So since we're doing Sunday night at 9, if you're listening to this on the podcast, awesome. If you want to stream it live, you can on YouTube Sunday at 9. Yellow Jackets is going to be released, I think, on the 26th, the finale. I think there's like 2 episodes left. So you seem to always watch it early. I could try to watch it Friday or Saturday if you wanted to do it that Sunday. And I only say that because the following week we have I Think You Should Leave 3, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and Barry season 4. So we don't want to also have to do Yellow Jackets like that week. So we might as well get it.
So if I Think You Should Leave season 3 comes out on a Friday, which I think it does.
No, it's like a Tuesday. It's May 30th.
So it's May 30th. Okay, so it's like we're doing that episode
that Sunday.
That Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do Yellow Jackets in 2 weeks then.
Okay.
So for everybody, if you watch Yellow Jackets on Sunday night, sorry, just hit us up the next day or whatever else it is. All right, so Yellow Jackets. What else? Succession? I know you don't watch, but it's fucking awesome.
Not yet.
It's this season's really, really good. There's been a couple of scenes, or one episode was one of the best episodes of TV. Then this last episode, they had one scene in particular with 2 characters that was as good as anything you're going to see. Did you end up watching Sweet Tooth season 2?
Not yet. I've been it's been a crazy couple weeks, as you know, and just trying to catch up on everything, and I have to battle with Bravo Con next door, So
goddamn Bravo.
So apparently some shit going on with Vanderpump that
Yeah.
can't wait. Just cannot wait.
So this what I would say my quick review, because I binged it. So it's good enough where I watched it quickly, but I feel like the first season was a little bit better. All I'll say is this season, there's definitely more scenes with more kids. More kid animals.
Yeah.
That can be tricky. They're not all the best. Yeah. Not to single anybody out, but it's not good. Mrs. Davis, have you given that a shot on the cock?
No, yeah, my wife did, and she's like, "This is weird," and watched 20 minutes of the first episode, and then turned it off.
It's super weird. I am I think I'm either caught up or one episode behind. It's bananas, but it's Damon Lindelof, so I'm like, I feel like you got to
probably watch it. I should
give it a go.
Yeah,
give it a go. Also, we've heard a ton of really good things about Silo. Was it Mac that was talking about Silo? And then we got emails and tweets about Silo. It's an Apple Plus show. So I went and watched the first 2 episodes. It's a weekly show. So there's only been 3 anyway. So we're getting in on the ground floor. If you're getting in, I'll tell you, Rye, it's great. It's great. So
have you seen there's a sexy teen drama on Apple TV now? It's like Streets of Fire or something like that. It's by the people who did Gossip Girl and The OC.
Shut the fuck up.
And it's called Streets of Fire or something.
No, I haven't seen that. I'll watch that.
No, but let me Streets of Fire the movie, not like the kick-ass Streets of Fire.
Streets of Rage.
Yeah, it's
do you want me to tell you the synopsis of Silo and then give you a little pitch?
Please do.
All right. In a ruined and toxic future, a community exists in a giant underground silo that plunges hundreds of stories deep. There, people live in a society full of regulations they believe are meant to protect them. Now, they also said it's got a little bit of a Severance vibe to it. Also, do you ever see the movie The Platform?
Yes.
It's better than that, but it kind of reminds me of just the way that it feels. And Rashida Jones, Rebecca Ferguson, Tim Robbins, Bill Paxton. It's a good show.
Yes. It sounds good. So the name of the show I was talking about is City on Fire.
All right.
You want me to read the synopsis of this show?
Of course I do.
In City on Fire, an NYU student is shot at Central Park on the 4th of July, 2003. Samantha is alone. There are no witnesses and very physical evidence. Her friend band is playing at her favorite downtown club. She leaves to meet someone, promising to return. She never does. As the crime against Samantha is investigated, she's revealed to be a crucial connection between a series of mysterious citywide fires, the downtown music scene, and a wealthy uptown real estate family fraying under the strain of many secrets they keep.
You're going to have problems, just like everything else. But stay positive and stay strong.
You love a good teen drama. I know.
Yes,
that.
I do. I am up for you. I'm up to my hog in TV shows right now, but I could add that. I added Silo, dude. Silo's great. I'm gonna watch the next episode after this.
And I've heard Shrinking is very good too.
I have heard Shrinking. I
haven't watched the first episode and I liked it. I just haven't gotten back to it yet.
Haven't jumped in on that yet.
Up to the hog.
I'm up to my hog.
I went to that point in the ocean where it gets cold. You have to you're on your tippy toes and you just can't do it anymore. And you got to finally let it happen.
Dude, so we're jumping around a bit, but I was thinking for next week's episode.
All over the place right now.
That's fine. Dude, we're doing Hot Moms. I think we can afford to. It's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Bill Paxton's dead? Is Bill Paxton dead?
He's been dead.
So is that not him that's in this? Can't be. Hold on. No, it's not Bill Paxton. Thanks, Hoff. Oh, not even close to Bill Paxton. You know who it is, though, who I always confuse with Bill Paxton.
You know who it is.
You go ahead and guess, and then I'll tell you what's he doing.
So it's Bill Paxton and Bill
Paxton and Bill Pullman. No, but it's a different guy. His name, coincidentally, is Will.
Yeah.
Will Patton.
Yeah. It's he's that guy who every time I see Will, I'm like, what's his name again?
Yes.
Yeah.
And confusingly enough, he could be Bill Patton.
He could be.
So you could have Bill
Bill
Paxton,
Patton.
Bill Pullman, and Bill Patton. So no wonder
Yeah.
he went by Will. And even then I fuck it up. So I apologize to that. It was not Bill Paxton, who has sadly been dead and buried for 6 years. But Will Patton, very good actor.
Yeah.
Fuck that up.
I love I'm laughing at like how mad at yourself you are.
No, I am.
Will Patton and Bill Paxton.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a big movie buff.
Yeah.
This guy's dead. He can't be. How could he possibly be in the show?
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Maybe they filmed it 10 years ago. It just got released. You know who's also in the show?
Who?
Common.
Oh, what a silky voice bastard he is, huh?
Common is smooth as hell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now that we got that cleared up, see, this is why it's good to have a live chat while we're doing this. Otherwise, we'd go unchecked. We'd go unchecked, and people would be like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
That's
Bill
why our
Paxton.
outlines are always very loose because we need to get it. We need to do a deep dive in this Bill Paxton, Will Patton.
Yeah. We do
Whatever.
bullet points.
Bill Pullman. Yeah.
We're talking about Bill Paxton.
Did you
Nope.
see there's an SNL skit? It was like, was it Dylan McDermott or Dermot Mulroney?
Same
And no
thing.
one knew that-
Good one.
Yeah.
So we could do that here. It'd probably be insensitive because what happened, but I could do that. What else was I gonna say about TV shows? Oh, no, this is what I was gonna say. So if we're doing I Think You Should Leave in like 2 or 3 weeks, we never did an episode on the Detroiters.
Okay.
So I know
How many
I don't know if you have
seasons?
time to
Three
watch
seasons?
all two. It's 2 seasons.
Okay. I
But
might
they're
be able
like
to get
10
that.
episodes and they're like 30-minute episodes.
Yeah, yeah. Then yeah.
But that's where I got that line from, and I can't stop saying it. So Tim's
Slipknot mask one?
no, well, that's the best. But
Yeah.
no, Tim Robinson's like pitching something to some guy who sells like guitars and basses. And he goes, and Tim's like all excited. He's like, well, and you could use that to sell your basses. And the guy goes, oh, that'd be great. I'm up to my hog and basses. He just like looks at him like, what the fuck? I'm up to my hog and basses.
I couldn't breathe, and I said this for the first time. What's his name? The security guard started giving pitches.
Oh my god, yeah, I forget his name. It's so good.
I was in tears. Like I couldn't breathe for like 5 minutes. Diapers. They get all the man's piss. I don't think we have an account for just diapers.
This show's so good.
He did. Oh, it's so good.
Dude, have you gotten to the Rick Mahorn part where he's selling the Rick? Where he's it's so good. That show was like either people just missed out on it, I guess. That's a weird spot, but it got 2 seasons. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it live. I certainly didn't. What is? Oh my god! It's quick. Rick Mahorn and Dearborn. Quick Rick Mahorn and Dearborn. It's got this whole fucking. It's ridiculous, and then he's like in it too. He's a monster. He's so big. All right, let's get to this. Guess what? That's right. It's time now for Should I Have Bought This? And it's brought to you by 47 Brand. Just go to 47brand.com, enter the promo code #DORK at checkout for 25% off your entire order. That's right. You could order $3,582 worth of product. And if you enter #DORK at checkout, you will receive 25% off that entire order.
And free shipping.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. You're
by the way, they I get the alerts on the text alerts from them. They just dropped they expanded their minor league baseball collection. So if you guys are in on those,
I am.
check some of them are fucking cool. So
I got
check those
47 Brand C's hat on right now.
Yeah, I have the same one. It's back there. I don't want to go get it. I'm not wearing one right
Big win by the C's. Davey and I look like fucking Christmas. If you're watching on the stream, I'm in all green. Davey's in all
now.
red.
I was gonna wear a Celtics hat, but then I was like, I will look like a Christmas tree. To quote cousin Eddie from the wildly popular Vegas Vacation.
Yep.
The last time I saw a beating that bad, someone put a banana in my pants and turned a monkey loose. How about that?
Yep. Good second half for the boys. Nice game from MJ State.
Finally.
So those in the chat asking, this is a Paul Pierce jersey, obviously.
Of course it is.
Truth.
I'm surprised you're not breaking out the Antoine Walker one. You were a big Antoine Walker guy, right?
I was not. I was a Paul Pierce guy. Always was. I was not a Walker guy. Sharky did the Walker wiggle. He called it the Sharky shimmy.
Yep.
Yeah. You just do a little one of these.
You give one of those.
Get a big shot. He'd give you one of these. Yeah. Hey, this one comes in from our guy Billy D from the Pop Culture Pile Driver podcast, friend of the podcast. He also has made a few of the videos here for us here on #Dork. Does incredible work, and I would say the Pop Culture Pile Driver podcast drops sporadically, so you're going to want to subscribe. You never know when they're going to release an episode. Wrestling, music, everything in between. And as you know, Rye, he is also a bit of a photographer, editor, video guy with the best of them. And I saved this one for you because you're going to know what this stuff is, and I'm not.
I know what all of this stuff is. So,
so let me tell you
what you're
quick.
looking at.
Go ahead.
This is an outrageous amount of money that I'm about to say right now. How this thing is, how much this setup as it looks right now is worth. So
and I have a few other things.
Oh Jesus! Okay.
I have a couple other pictures.
Okay.
So I have a whole write-up, but describe to the listener first who can't see the photos, and then I will read you what he wrote, including description, but I'll leave out the price.
This is making me so anxious right now to say the price of all of this stuff. You have no idea. So what I'm seeing right now is Bill's rig hooked up to a series of power strips, surge protector. So he has what I'm guessing is a DJI RS3 Pro, a Sony A7 Mark IV, and a Sony G lens, which I shudder to think how much that is worth.
Okay. All right.
That's the first picture.
All right. So he says, should I have bought this? It's a Whopper, a 2-camera, 3-light setup with tripod, light stands, gimbal, wireless mics, and softbox plus carrying case. Basically a traveling studio. He says quickly the camera is an A7S3.
A7S3, okay.
A DJI Pocket 2.
That's the little gimbal right there. Yep.
Okay. An Aperture Big Boy light.
Aperture Big Bro. Yeah, I know what that is.
Okay. And 2 small lights as well with a giant softbox, a RS3 Pro gimbal, a Manfrotto tripod,
Manfrotto.
A DJI wireless Go mics, 3 light stands, and a rolling Go docks case.
Christ, Billy.
That
How
fits
much is DraftKings paying you? Jesus Christ.
Plus some power strips, tape, extension cord for the low price of. He put it into American Grapples. So before you guess the price and we answer the question, he says, I do and plan to do a lot of freelance work. And yes, I kind of hope this doubles as a free ad for your boy. It does. Hit up Billy D, the Billy D 2411, I believe, on Twitter.
And this is the new rule on this. So if you need videography, call Billy. If you need photography, call me.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Right. You need headshots like your boy got recently, and they're plastered all over the fucking place. You want to look like $1 million. You need family photos. You need summer pictures. You need school pictures. You need prom pictures. You
got a band. Let's shoot it.
There you go. Live perform. If you need photos, hit up Davey. You need a badass video. You want to impress some people with the whole thing, whether it be for work or for pleasure. Hit up Billy. Call Billy. He says, let's see, quality industry stuff. My turnaround time for a video can't be beat. Oh, and the lens, Sony lens, I included it in the price. It's really nice. 2470 good glass.
2470 good glass. So it's like a 1.4.
To which he wrote in the email, Davey will understand that. LOL.
I understand. Yeah.
Keefe has no clue what the fuck any of this is.
So like if I told you like all these guitars were worth like 10 grand, you'd be like, that's cool. Like you have no clue. It could be like $300 or 10 grand. You wouldn't know how much guitars cost. Yeah.
All right. So you have been, not to toot your own horn.
Yes.
or not for me to toot your horn, but you've been very good at guessing prices on other things in the past. This is a lot of stuff. This is got to be the most expensive thing that we have had so far. I'm curious how close you're going to get because there's a lot of stuff in here. So, and he's got a very specific price. So how much?
Because this is the thing, like, you know exactly how much this shit costs. And I'm going to say right now, Richard, my guess, I'm going to guess an exact price. So that's, I'm looking at that. I'm going to guess $7,560.
Holy shit. Ryan, it is $7,883. You've just won both showcases.
So like in my head, so like right now, see that thing that the camera's sitting on? That thing is $1,000. That little piece of equipment right there is $1,000. That body for that camera is like $2,000. That lens is probably like $1,500. That little DJI little gimbal thing is like $200-$300. And then everything, all the lighting, probably like a couple grand.
What a fucking
it is not this is not a hobby that you get into not expecting to make money.
Holy smokes. You fucking nailed that price. And by the way,
I've been writing all the stuff down. Like I was writing prices down, like guessing and like did the math.
And Davey doesn't see. I don't send Davey the picture. I don't send Davey the write-up. I don't send Davey any of it. I get all the emails. I get all the whatever, and then I do it after the fact. So it's not
this is a legit. The last 3 times I have been, those are legit guesses.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
All right.
With this one is easy for me because I know, like I said, I basically know how much that stuff costs, and I'm like, if you bought that all at once,
crazy. All right. So what do you say, Raj? Should Billy have bought it?
Yes, because Billy is going to be better than he was before with all of this equipment. So like that thing is a handheld like Steadicam.
Yeah.
So he can do like that really nice like floaty video.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. He's going to be awesome. It's absolutely worth it for him. For anyone else, for someone who's just like, I'm going to shoot my own videos. Nope, not worth it for you. Worth it for Billy.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
Pretty good stuff. Yeah, and not to get into specifics on how much he charges for stuff, but you got to imagine it's only going to cost X number of fucking freelance stuff, and the next thing you know,
if he's busy, he'll pay that off in 6 months.
Yeah. Good stuff, Billy. And we got a few more that are in the hopper, but continue to send yours in. We have a few others I really want to get to. dorkpodcast@gmail.com, or you can. That's usually the easiest one to email to me because that's when I usually go back. Sometimes in the DMs they get a little bit lost. Not that we're like pumped with them, but just I always forget. So Twitter, Instagram, you can DM us at Dork Podcast, but the email is the easiest way. $25 minimum, and then Davey and I will answer the question if you should have bought this. And yes, Billy, you should have bought that. Let's get to this.
It's time for Davey's video game minute, even if it takes more than a minute.
All right, Dave.
We'll get into this. We'll do this quickly because we are 38 minutes into this podcast right now. So I see this is bugging me because no one will give me a straight answer. If it's Tears or Tears of the Kingdom came out this week,
I don't know.
The new Zelda game, the reviews for this are astronomical. I think it's 9.5 and above for everybody. I mean, this is a landmark game for Nintendo and for Zelda, and I'm looking forward to playing it. However, I'm in a little bit of a pickle here, Richard. I'm like 85 to 90% done with Jedi Survivor.
Nice.
Tears of the Kingdom just came out.
I
have to finish both of those games by June 2nd or something because that's when Diablo 4 comes out. And all of this is to say we have a year out from Grand Theft Auto 6, which I am told is going to be the most expensive video game ever made with a budget of $1 to $2 billion.
So I read that on Twitter, and when I first read it, I thought, because you know how Grand Theft Auto 6 trends like every couple of weeks?
Yes.
I thought somebody was fucking around and saying that's how much it's going to cost to buy the game. It's like, all right, great. But so that's how much money they're putting into the game.
And this is going to be that game that, again, like 8, 10 years later, people are still playing it. Like they're going to expect you. They're not going to see after this another Grand Theft Auto for maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
Like that's
I'm excited,
that's a safe estimate.
I'm
And
excited.
I'm really excited from the things we all heard, the things we've been reading. I mean, this sounds incredible. So
Yeah.
we're on board for that. So I would give Jedi Survivor right now. It's a 5. It's a 5 for me. The story is great. The characters are great. Some nice little cameos in the game. We won't get into spoilers, but
Very good.
and the last thing, so Fortnite is now going to have ranked matches. They have like a competitive now system which ranks, so you don't get like thrown into random lobbies with like professionals and
Oh, I'm surprised they haven't done that sooner.
I think it took them a while to like find. People were asking for it, for a long time. So, but I think the spirit of it, they wanted anybody to be able to play with anybody. I think that was the thing.
Yeah.
But now it's getting to that point now where there's money to be made off tournaments. So we're gonna we'll probably see some Major League Gaming Fortnite teams if we haven't already. So
True.
So there's that. So there's Davey's video game minute.
All right, I got a question for you.
Y'all ready for bisque?
Topic du jour.
See, I don't know if I'm ready.
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's the topic of the day. And today, in honor of Mother's Day, it's hottest moms.
Are we allowed to do this?
I'm not entirely sure, actually.
Is this okay?
I don't think we can. I feel like we're not insulting anybody.
I see, that's the thing. Like,
also, we're going.
It's not for you to say whether or not you're insulting anybody or not.
No, touche. It
But
is fictional moms. So, like my wife off the table, she'd be the first one I would put out here if it was all moms, but it's fictional hot moms. I think it's okay.
It's fair play.
Like, who would you want to steal a smooch from? A consensual smooch from?
Yeah. This is like if we were gone on several dates.
Yes, she was just as equally into
progressing in the relationship. Yeah, correct.
Or let's say you both you swiped. Actually, I'm not even. Is it right or left?
Idea. Is right good? I have no idea.
Let's say
left should be bad. Left is dismissive to me.
Get out of here, left. All right, so let's say you swiped right on this lady, and you were fortunate enough to have her swipe right on you. That's kind of the list we're looking at here.
Okay, perfect.
Right? Something like that. Let's start with the hottest TV moms.
Okay, you want to ping pong it?
Yeah, let's ping pong it. Hot TV moms. Who wants to go first? You want to go first?
I'll go first.
You go first.
I'll give you a Hall of Fame pick right out of the chute.
All right.
Miss Tammy Taylor herself, Connie Britton. Talk to me about.
Yeah, I wrote that down here first as well.
Hall of Fame pick. Now,
Tammy
she's a person who is intelligent, who speaks her mind. Just an all around a leader of a household too. Like,
great mom.
And what a head of hair.
Oof. Striking. Great accent or voice, however you want to spin it. Yes. Intoxicating.
Yeah, there you go. Love that one. Don't know what the youngest daughter. Don't know what that was an ugly baby. I know we're not like motherhood. But
Take it back. Can't say that. I think
what was something about Gracie Bell? What was the name of the Gracie Bell?
I think so. That sounds right.
Oof.
Rough.
That baby's ugly baby. Yeah. All right, who you got?
You can't do hottest moms and ugliest babies in the same episode.
We could. That would have been a good idea. All right, continue. Bart Harley Jarvis.
Yeah, Joshua says Connie Britton in White Lotus. Yeah, you could do Connie Britton in Nashville, Connie Britton in
that's why I was very specific. I said Tammy Taylor. So
you could go Connie Britton in any show. Yeah, Tammy Taylor. We're doing Tammy Taylor. All right, how about this?
Be married to the woman in Nashville.
I'm going to later seasons Melinda Gordon. That, of course, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Ghost Whisperer, who in the final couple of seasons had a real creepo of a kid. Like, this kid was a fucking creep. They sped him up a little bit. He was like, he was older than he probably should have been. He was a bit of a wild card on the show, but she was still like it was Ghost Whisperer JLH, and she was a mom.
So
it was a mom.
I'm all in on that. You don't have to. You're preaching to the converted.
Hot mom.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in on that.
All right.
I will see. What'd you call her? JLH.
JLH. Yeah.
And I will raise you one, Becky Katsopoulos, played by Lori Loughlin in the show Full House.
On Becky.
Yep. See, this is one of those I lean towards, and I'll do another one in movies too, where that was like you knew who you were in the world and where you leaned. That was a moment for me. Seeing Lori Loughlin is Aunt Becky in Full House. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
So that's me now. Yeah. This is what I like now.
8 years old. You're like, oh, my pants are tight. Yeah. It's the whole thing. Not to get crass.
Felt a little flutter in my spaghetti basket. You know.
I got a real blood rush to the crotch. Medically speaking.
Right. I'm not that's science. I'm not sorry for that. That's science.
All right, I'm gonna go. I mentioned this on the podcast before, but I'll go with Chili Healer, the dog mom from Bluey.
See, I have a whole animated section.
Okay.
So if you feel better, I will give you one. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Since you did an animated dog, I'm going to throw this one at you.
Chili Healer.
Cartman's mom.
Oh my God.
Now, come on.
No way.
Yep.
I can't go down.
You heard stories about her?
I have heard stories about her. She'll teach you a thing or two.
Oh, absolutely.
Cartman's mom.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes, Jason. Aunt Becky was a mom.
Twins.
Twins.
Nikki and what were their names? One was Nikki and I forget the other one.
It was fucking Dylan Sprouse, the kid who was in Riverdale, wasn't it?
I think so. In
Wasn't
the
it
later
Sprouse?
years, yeah.
I think so.
No, but what were the kids' names? It was like Nikki and something else.
Oh, yeah. Nikki and Sticky.
Yeah. Judy Jetson, by the way, Ryan. In the
Oh,
chat.
good one, Ryan.
Judy is the daughter.
Oh, no. So what was the mom's name?
The mom's name was Jane.
Jane Jetson. That's not a bad one. If we're sticking with animated,
we're not.
No, we're not.
You can feel free.
Well, I had one other animated. I had Lois Griffin from Family Guy.
That seems to be a popular one. I don't know why. I never really got that. I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
It's like Brian's infatuated with her, so that's probably
true. We watched the show through.
We've missed some heavy hitters here.
I'm not
Gloria,
done.
I'm not. How about Gloria Delgado Pritchett from Modern Family, played by Sofia Vergara?
Another really popular one, but I would actually, and I agree with it completely.
I know what you're going to say here.
Claire Dunphy, to me, hotter mom.
Well, also, I believe that Haley Dunphy becomes a mother in the last season of that as well. So she's.
Oh my God, really?
Yep.
I liked that show, but for some reason I only watched like random episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But it was always pretty good.
It was pretty good.
What about Mrs. Wheeler from Stranger Things?
It's a little too crazy for me.
No,
Mrs. Wheeler. I thought you were talking about Winona Ryder again. No, Mrs.
I like
Wheeler.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
No, Mrs. Wheeler.
She's great feathered hair, but she was also great in a B movie written and I believe directed by Artie Lang, Beer League.
Oh yeah, Beer League's great.
She's in that too. She plays Artie's girlfriend in that.
Right.
The Gabagool. I'm going to throw this out there. Another important moment for me as a person, since I couldn't. Peg Bundy, played by Katie Seagal.
I don't hate it.
Peg Bundy. I never understood why Al had such a hard time with her. She seemed lovely.
It was really confusing as a kid because
he's like an ugly bridge troll kind of guy, and she's kind of.
But like all other shows and movies that you watched, you sort of would like pick up the fact that like most guys wanted to have sex all the time. Like that's just sort of like what you got. Even as a kid, you didn't feel that way, but just you got that sense.
That was the messaging to me. Yeah.
Yes. And then you watch that show, and like I thought she was an attractive woman, very much so. And yet he was like repulsed by her. So it was like the opposite. And I was like really confused. I'm like, well, why doesn't he want? I didn't get it. Didn't get it. All right. What about Lorelai Gilmore from the Gilmore Girls?
Yeah, I would say yes. Thank you to that. Would have been on the fence about it had I not seen Bad Santa.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
How about Susan Mayer, played by Terry Hatcher in Desperate Housewives?
On my list. I watched that entire series because of her, because I liked Lois and Clark's Superman, and I love Terry Hatcher, and she was great in that one episode of Seinfeld. So they promoted the shit out of that show on ABC. And that was a show even in college. Like, you know, in college you don't even like watch shows because like you're just fucking in college.
That was one of the ones I watched.
I
pretended to not like.
Oh, I watched every episode. It got weird. I guess that's what soap operas are like, which I never watched. Then I watched this. It's like people are like fucking all over the place. This character is in here, out of here, back here. New characters jumping in. People are sleeping with each other. It was a wild show.
Yeah, that seemed to be all over the place towards the end there.
All right, Joan Holloway in the later seasons of Mad Men, as portrayed by Christina Hendricks.
Oh, yeah.
She wasn't a mom until the end, but she was a mom.
That counts. That counts.
And I have one last TV one. Kirsten Cohen from The OC, played by Kelly Rowan. Was it what the fuck's his name? Brody, the kid.
Adam Brody.
Adam Brody's mom in that show. Not bad.
Kelly, what was her name on the show?
Her name's Kelly Rowan. ROW. No, that's her actress. That's her real name. Her character name was Kirsten Cohen.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Work.
Those are my TV
movies. Yeah, those are mine too. I think I gave you all 5.
Hit me up. Go movies.
So movies. I'm going to start one. Natalie Portman. Boom.
Natalie Portman.
Star Wars.
Oh, Star Wars. Oh.
Padme Amidala.
Ooh.
Don't like that one?
Not really. And not to get I love Natalie Portman, but I would also suggest
say she wasn't a mom, that she didn't get to be a mom.
Not for long.
Well, have you know, Richard, that conception, someone becomes a mother. So how dare you?
I will delete the last 30 seconds of the episode. I just feel like that's no,
I mean it. So you start once you realize that you're pregnant. That's the moment you become a mother.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm not going to go there any further with that. I'm not I'm not talking about certain laws. I'm just saying that, like, emotionally,
not going down that road.
We're not going down that road.
What about Letitia Musgrove from Monsters Ball, portrayed by Halle Berry?
Yeah, that works for me.
Now that's a fucked movie, obviously, but Halle Berry.
Speaking of a terrible movie, but I'm going to throw this out there, and you could take your pick: Vivica A. Fox in Kill Bill, or Vivica A. Fox in Independence Day, where she plays the dancer.
Yeah, you could go either way. I kind of can't really complain about either one. I would Kill Bill, though, pretty sweet.
It'd be pretty sweet.
I like that one.
She had a pretty nice house.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
What about Samantha, aka Sam Horton, from a little movie called The Client List, portrayed by Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Heartbreakers.
Nope. She wasn't a mom in Heartbreakers.
She was not a mom in that movie. She was not.
She was Sigourney Weaver's daughter, though. You could say Sigourney Weaver in Heartbreakers if you wanted to.
I was trying to think of the very first time that I saw breasts.
I knew it.
And the very first time, I think I can pinpoint it now. The very first movie I remember seeing that had a woman's bosom in it was National Lampoon's Vacation. So give me Beverly D'Angelo in that movie.
Yeah, no problem with that.
You got no problem with that?
None.
All right, I was waiting for something there, and you gave me nothing.
No, I like that one. I was gonna say it's this not a comedy. This was more of a risque film, a hot film. Connie Summer, as portrayed by Diane Lane in Unfaithful.
See, I had her down here as Martha Kent.
Oh, good one.
So we both dual Diane Lanes. Give me all the Diane Lane.
Oh shit! I forgot a TV one real quick.
What's that?
Nora Durst from The Leftovers. Carrie Coon.
Okay. Yep. I just finished the first season, so
hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
You get it.
That was a weird episode, the one where she went to that convention and got like her name tag stolen.
Yeah.
That got real weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird show.
It's a weird show.
Weird fucking show, dude.
So we tell me if this counts. So this one is a question mark. Does Leah Thompson count in Back to the Future? So like young Leah Thompson, who's not technically Marty McFly's mother yet. Does that count?
Good question. What are the rules on that? Where's the committee?
We didn't really make any rules because technically that's his mother.
It is, but she isn't a mother at that moment, but he is viewing her. He already knows that she will be.
Yeah.
I think that counts. The hell?
All right, throw that on my list then.
All right. Not a great film, but Claire Peterson from The Boy Next Door as portrayed by J-Lo.
That movie sucks.
Yep. It's streaming on Peacock right now if you want to check it out.
I don't.
Yeah, it's on the
I did check it out once, and I don't want to ever do it again.
She slept with a 19-year-old, Ryan.
Yeah. Haven't. Nope.
Nope. All right, so I know we missed. Oh, so what are your other categories? Because I just did TV and movies. You could also do, I guess,
I
like
did animated for you. I had a whole section of animated, and then I had one that was like other,
like
which has some
Stacy's
question
mom.
marks. No, okay. So you want to hear my animated list?
Yeah.
I have first and foremost Elastigirl, The Incredibles.
Oh, good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
Lois Griffin was on the list because
Yeah.
that's a very popular one. Lana Kane from Archer,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I had Cartman's mom, and then I had Beth Smith from Rick and Morty.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right. So here's my
Definitely.
other ones.
Definitely.
Yes. So this character has been played by many very different actresses in the past
Okay.
as a character. Morticia Addams.
Great. That was definitely an omission. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every which way.
Now, a mother figure. These are question marks now. So I did like a character of Morticia Addams. However, Marissa Tomei in Spider-Man, Aunt May, a mother figure, not technically a mom. How does that work?
Yeah, I think she kind of is like a mom.
She's the mom, right?
Yeah.
That counts.
Good one. I mean, this isn't hottest aunt. If it was hottest aunts, it'd be a no-brainer.
Oh, yeah. Him and
Yeah.
that Aunt Becky and her. That's the list. There's
Yeah.
the list right there. Esther.
And no, aunt, like, what the hell was Caroline Ray from Sabrina?
Oh, I missed one too. You know who's a recent one? The character of you don't watch Ted Lasso, but this is for the Ted Lasso people.
I don't watch Ted Lasso. Go ahead.
So so the character's like the woman who's like the owner of the team.
Yeah.
Her best friend who has a romantic tryst with Ted Lasso is her Sassy. She's great. She has a daughter too. So Sassy's awesome. Once you get around to that show, that's.
I'll get. Like I said, I'm up to my hog in shows right
How
now.
about Sarah Connor?
Not for me.
Not for you. Not the
No.
single pumping the shotgun with one arm. Doesn't do that for you. Doing
Seems-
chin ups.
Seems
Doing
dangerous.
the pull ups and the thing. Yeah. And then that's it. That's it for me.
You could probably actually go with all the moms from Riverdale because they made that whole show sexy. It was like everybody.
Well, they had to because it would have been gross.
It wasn't just a sexy teen drama. It was a sexy moms and dads drama.
You know who we missed too? Roseanne.
What?
And I got nothing on Roseanne. You held it in for as long as you could.
I did.
What about Brett Butler? Huh?
God, fuck. You know who we missed?
Brett Butler.
The mom from Gilbert Grape.
You you could smell the pop-off vodka through the TV watching Brett Butler on TV.
Oh my god. Yeah, she was intense.
How many bottles of shit do you think she had hidden around set?
No, there were some weird stories.
It's a real disease. I'm being terrible.
Did you hear about them? Did you hear about? And who knows if it's true, but like after the fact, there were some like the kid actors on that show that had some not nice things to say about Brett Butler.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You give that a bing.
I'll ask Steve what that's all about.
What was the name of that show again?
Grace Under Fire.
Good pull. That's a good trivia night pull right there. Fucking Brett Butler.
Oh, give me
not the
Murphy
Dodgers.
Brown.
Not the Dodgers center fielder.
No.
Dude, Candace Bergen was attractive. What are you talking about?
No, she was not.
Murphy Brown? Candace Bergen?
No way.
Dude, you're thinking of
Yeah,
Kirstie Alley.
No, I'm not thinking of Kirstie Alley.
You're thinking of Veronica's Closet.
Remember those string of shows that were just horrible between Friends and Seinfeld? There was like no show could survive there.
A million of them.
No, I'm
Wasn't-
Murphy Brown right now.
Yeah.
I'm out on Murphy Brown.
There's a lot of shows. Anyway, fuck, that's funny. Fuck, you know who we forgot?
We forgot Marcy Darcy from Married with Children.
All right, here's a few others coming in here on the chat. Eva Mendes, the character in Training Day. Good one.
I didn't remember that she was a mother in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it kind of fucked up because remember Ethan Hawke went in there and had to tell the kid to be quiet when he had the gun and shit.
Oh,
That's
yes.
fucked. That was her kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucked.
No, it's Brett.
Cersei Lannister.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Cersei Lannister's a good one, or you can be technically.
I was for sure it was Rhett Butler. That was Brett, wasn't it?
Yeah, her name was Brett Butler,
Not the Dodgers center fielder.
not the Dodgers center fielder.
Brett Butler. Wasn't she like one of the best comedians of all time?
She was a stand-up comedian, yeah, and people were like going gaga over her for like a year or two, and then she got her own show.
Yeah.
And then, oof, looking like 2 miles of torn up road these days.
No, this is supposed to be a positive episode about.
Okay, sorry. Well, I'm sorry. All right.
You got nominated for an award.
Like a merit badge when she was like 6. Like
Golden Globe Best Actress Television Series or Musical in 1995 and 97. That's fucking pretty good.
Well, Samansky hits us with a Christine Baskets from Baskets.
Fuck, we forgot about Christine Baskets.
Louis Anderson.
Louis Anderson. Ooh, Christopher, a good one. Kate Beckinsale and Click. That's a good one.
Kate Beckinsale.
Brett Butler. You sure it was Brett Boone? Was that Brett Boone?
It was not.
Dude, Brett Boone could sock dingers as a second baseman. Not a lot of guys sock dingers. Little tiny guy went up there with a club for a bat. Hey, you'd fucking park him.
Everything he had into it.
He did. Oh, he swung out of his laces every time, but he could. How many home runs do you think Brett Boone hit?
206.
That's what we should also do every episode. Guess how many dingers. How many fucking dongs? You know what was also really strange about Brett Boone? There continues to be strange about Brett Boone.
The fact that we keep talking about him.
1 T in Brett.
That is weird.
It's
almost
that
like
doesn't seem right.
It Bray.
Wait,
Bray.
how many? As the French would call him, Bray Boone. How many Long Johnsons for Boone did you say?
206.
252. Not bad.
I'm over it.
You're in the ball. You're in the ballpark.
Yeah.
You're in the ballpark. Dude, one season, this fucking guy, he was 5'10", 180. Yeah, right. He had 37 Johnsons one year and drove in 141.
What year?
2001.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody. If you didn't hit 40 home runs that year, like what were you doing?
He had 141 ribeye steaks in 2001.
Was that the same? That was the McGuire Sosa summer, right?
No, that was 98.
That was 98. Was it that? Was it 98?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, little Brett Boone. Guy could
really sock him.
Guy could pick it at second too, but
oh, the sweet hands.
Oh my god.
Shit, that man.
This guy he can spin doing the best of them, I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
All right. That's that. Send in your hot moms. I don't think we offended anybody till the end.
Oh, that Brett Boone's got milk steak hands, like soft milk steak shit soft hands. Give it those boiled meat shit. I've done too much today. I've done too much.
I've done too much. I need to rest. I'm done.
Just boiled meats. I couldn't even get it out of my mouth. It was such a perfectly worded thing too, and I had to say I had to nail it, and I didn't.
Have it back. Have it back.
Pick of the bomb.
Pick of the bomb. Pick of the bomb.
Pick of the bomb. All right, you can send.
I got it. Hand softer than boiled meat shits. There it is.
That was worth it. That was worth it.
There it is. Got it.
All right, you can send in your hot moms to we only want the hottest moms at DORK Podcast. on Twitter and Instagram, and you can.
I can't breathe. That's all we want. We just want the hottest moms. That's it.
Send in only the hot moms and
Oh my god.
so stupid. All right. Would you like to kick Steve defer, or you may choose at this time to defend the goal?
Because I don't think I could do this much longer. I watched a documentary. Now I'm going to bring it down and make it serious. So there's an awesome documentary called Still on Apple TV, which is it's Michael J. Fox, and it talks about his life and his battle with Parkinson's, and it's at times very funny, and at times, you watch him and you're just like, it's pretty sad, but just an amazing guy, And so if you're into, can I tell you something messed up though?
Yeah.
So Ryan and I are watching this, and then at the end we kind of like look at each other like, are you kidding me? He's sitting with his family. This isn't the spoiler, just like in a scene in it. He's playing Pictionary with his kids. Like, why would you have that man play Pictionary?
Tough.
That's awful.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I'm like, you pick a different game.
Yeah, I know. That's rough.
Other than that, it was very, very hard.
Yeah, I saw that pop up. So I'll have to give that a watch for sure. I have another TV show, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. From the TV show From. Now I talked about it 2 years ago after season 1. So I watched all of season 1. It was on a channel called Epix.
Right. And like you could watch the first 3 episodes on Prime.
Yeah.
But that's it. And then you had to buy Epix. I'm like, buying Epix.
I think what happened was
I draw the line with Epix, with streaming services.
I would agree. I think like Xfinity had like a free week of it or something, and that's why I was able to like binge it. Now it is on this is dead serious. It's on a streaming service called MGM Plus. And Xfinity had a free week of MGM Plus. Unfortunately, they were only 3 episodes into a 10-episode season. So I ripped through the first 3 episodes. And I said this on Twitter, but this is the ultimate show where you're like, it's decent. Good, it's good enough, but I really want to know how they're going to explain it. Like, I want to know how it ends.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shows like that. Some are better than others. Like, we were talking about Severance. Like, Severance is a great show, but there's a big part of it is trying to put clues together and figure out how it's going to end. Same with the show Silo. You're like trying to figure out what's going on. Are they giving us clues to how to solve it? And the same thing with From. But I'm like, how many seasons is this going to go? And like, I'm not going to buy MGM Plus just to see the end of this thing. But
no.
Anyway, so if anybody's watching
Plus. Yeah.
Let us know. Oh man. All right. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at Dork Podcast. You can subscribe or follow all of those accounts. You can email us dorkpodcast@gmail.com, including your should I have bought this submissions. Next week, Ryan, maybe the Detroiters, or we'll come up with something else. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll do Yellow Jackets season 2. And then 3 weeks from tonight, we have a real decision to make, because we could either do I Think You Should Leave season 3, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, or Barry season 4. We could always push one of those to the following week. Then The Flash comes out like a month from now. So we have a lot going on, but so we'll figure out the next couple of weeks, or at least next week, I should say.
Damn it.
All right.
I'm here for it. This has all been lovely.
You don't give a shit about anything, do you?
What'd you say?
I said you don't give a shit about anything, do you?
Not really.